Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about Ephesians 6, and it starts with this line, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with you and you may live long on earth." So actually, this verse isn't just about parents. This verse is about the principle of obedience. God, He starts teaching us obedience in small, simple, everyday ways, like honoring our parents, being respectful to them, and following their guidance. And these are the first tests of faithfulness that we're given at a very young age. And when we can obey authority with humility and respect, when we can obey our parents, even in these small things, we're showing God that we can be trusted with greater spiritual authority and blessing. And where can we see that? We can actually see that in Luke 16:9-10. It says, "Whoever is faithful in very little is also faithful in much. And whoever is dishonest in very little is also dishonest in much." So God, He watches how we handle small things so He can give us bigger ones. Not only so we can test ourselves and so we can see what we're really capable of, but so we can also practice and learn when we're giving this big thing. This is why this verse, "Honor your father and mother, that it may be well with you and you may live long on earth," isn't just a calling to listen to your mom and dad. It's actually a calling to obedience that God intentionally gives us from very young, so we can start to understand how it works. And then later in the chapter, it says that put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of weakness in the heavenly places. So these are lines 11 to 12. And what it really talks about is that we need to put on the full armor of God every day that we wake up, because what we're fighting against isn't actually people, it's actually the evil spirits and the evil powers that we cannot see. And then in line 16 it says, "Above all, taking the shield of faith, in which you'll be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one." So not only we should put on the full armor of God, we should always carry our shield of faith that is going to protect us. So Ephesians 6 really explains us the formula of success and of greater spiritual authority and blessings that God can give us. How do we do it? So first, God needs to see that He can trust us with little things, with little day-to-day things. And whoever is faithful in very little is also faithful in much. So we have to remember that and keep it in mind to stay faithful in little, even when we can't see how it's really going to help us. And then another thing is that we should put on the full armor of God and follow Him, as well as have a shield of faith in case we have the evil spirits attack us. And we also need to remember that we're not fighting against people, but against principalities and the rulers of darkness of this age. So these are not actually people, but they're spirits of another world that we need to be very careful with, and we need to not have any fellowships with them. So yes, God is calling us for obedience in small so He can give us big. Amen, and God bless you.